Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about some must-have products that I'm absolutely loving. I cannot stop using them. I just find myself reaching for them every day, and most of them are new to me. So of course I will link everything down below. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. And if you like these videos, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into it. This first product is not new to me, but more of a rediscovery. I used this in the past and loved it so much, and life got hectic, but I'm so glad that I've started taking this again. And I want to say thank you to Ritual for partnering with me on a portion of today's video. This is their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin. It truly is embarrassing how long it took me to start taking a multivitamin. I probably didn't start taking a multivitamin daily until my early 30s, maybe late 20s. So don't make the same mistake that I did. So I've been using the Ritual Essentials for Women. This is a clean, clinically tested multivitamin. It's high quality and it's made for women 18 to 49. And this helps fill in nutrient gaps in your diet. So again, for someone like me that doesn't eat perfectly clean, this is definitely something that I find benefit taking. This is also third-party tested, non-GMO certified, vegan friendly, gluten-free, and made without any major allergens. So this is a clean formula with high quality key ingredients in bioavailable forms. So the serving size is 2 capsules, and I love that this has a mint tab inside. So this actually smells really fresh and minty. These are also delayed release capsules, so very gentle on the stomach. I can take these with or without food, and I don't have any upset stomach personally. So it's just very, very easy to fit into your day, really anytime. This is also a subscription-based vitamin, and I love that as well because I forget, and also there's just so many things to keep up with. So it just makes it easy to have that subscription so you always have them at your door. So if you're interested in checking out Ritual, I will have a link down below as well as a 30% off code if you are a new customer. You can use the code BabsBeauty30 and that will get you 30% off your first month. They do also have other products, so definitely check out their website and look around. Thank you to Ritual for partnering with me on this portion of today's video, and let's go ahead and get into what else I have been loving as of recently. So if you've been watching and wondering what is on my eyes that looks so sparkly and beautiful, I am so in love with this formula, and they finally came out with a new shade, so I picked it up immediately. This is the Half Magic Beauty Glitter Puck. I've mentioned these here and there, but this is a new shade that is called Glimmer Pop. It's still a neutral shade, but I am telling you, this formula is so underrated. It is similar to the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows with basically no fallout and almost a creaminess to it. More high shine, more metallic. You can still make it kind of scattered, but just absolutely stunning. So this is the new shade, and it almost has like a bouncy feel if you were to press into it. It just almost feels like there's a silicone feel to it and no fallout. I'm telling you, this is so gorgeous and so high shine and just like bam, in your face. You can put it over your eyeshadow that's powder. You don't need a glitter glue, and there is literally no fallout. So this just makes makeup so easy and effortless. I absolutely love these. I also have this shade called Cyber Diamond that I purchased a while ago. This is a really beautiful silver, and it feels cooling when you apply it. But there's just something so special about the formulation and so user-friendly. These are highly rated for a reason. So when I saw a new shade, I immediately was like, I'm checking out right now. And as I was browsing the makeup, as one does, I saw these and I initially was drawn to this color, and I hadn't heard anyone talk about these. These are the Wet n Wild liquid blushes, but it's a limited edition collaboration with SpongeBob SquarePants. These collabs are just wild. I don't understand them, but I guess people really do get into that kind of thing. I'm just here for the makeup. So when I saw this shade, I was like, that looks so pretty. And then I had it in my cart. I was kind of hemming and hawing drawing. Then I saw somebody rave about it on TikTok and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get them very, very affordable. So I picked up both shades. So we have Rockstar and also Perfect Square. This formula is incredible. I don't know why Wet n Wild wouldn't come out with this formula just like standard in their line, because these are so beautiful, so easy to use. So this is Perfect Square. I have this on first, and then I put a little bit of this Rockstar on top. So this formula is pigmented, but not overly pigmented, not like the Rare Beauty or the e.l.f., a little bit toned down. You can build it up, but you really don't need to. And what I love about it is that it's very, very thin in texture. There is no stickiness, works beautifully with powder, and it's just so lightweight on the skin. So if you apply these and you have a really glowy base, they will look glowy. So it's not something that like dries down matte, but they just blend so easily and they just give you the perfect amount of pigment. I think they should make this permanent. These are so gorgeous. So I am wearing both of them today, but more so this shade just because I wanted to switch it up. I do tend to always wear like the baby pink. The only thing that sucks is they are limited edition. So if you want them, I would grab them before they sell out. This next product was Love at First Use. I actually got this in PR right before I went on vacation and we drove to the Outer Banks. I'm not good in the car. I'm just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I was exhausted. We were up at like 3 a.m. and driving. I looked a hot mess. And when we almost got there, I looked in the mirror and it was not the best sight. So I was like, I need to add a little bit of zhuzh because I just felt like I was looking not the best. So I grabbed this and I hadn't even swatched it or anything. This is the Like a Gloss Hydrating Lip Tint from YSE Beauty. And I didn't know if it was gonna have any pigment because most lip balms are just basically sheer, but I applied this in the car and I remember I felt so washed out. Literally my lips had like no color. We had been driving for like 10 hours and I applied this and it just like brought my face to life. I put it on and then I just went like this and I felt like I instantly looked better and just more awake. And I love the way this feels. I love the texture of it. It's very, very shiny. There's no scent, so there's no taste. And it actually is hydrating. I don't find this to be sticky, but it has enough of a thick texture where it's not gonna be sliding all over. I love this so much. I went back and got another shade and I've since purchased another one. It's on its way to me. And I love this one too. This is Class Act. I don't know if I said, the first one is Chief of Everything. It's like a bright, kind of orangey red. And then this one is a pink berry. And I usually don't like these tones, but this just kind of flushes out to this really pretty, like mauvey pink lip. I absolutely love this formula. I think it is one of the best lip balms to come out as of recently. And I feel like lip balms, there's so many of them. They all look the same. If they're not nourishing, if they're not high shine, and if they don't have any like different pigment or color, I just kind of get burnt out on them. And this has all three. So I feel like this is such a good launch. If you've been eyeing these, I highly recommend these. I think these are going to be a new hit because they recently came to Sephora. So now that they're more accessible, I think people are going to try them and love them. I have one skincare product that I have to rave about. So many people were talking about this and I don't follow the trends on TikTok in terms of like beauty and skincare. I'm more of a YouTube girly. I like to see things applied and make my own judgment, but I've been getting into milky toners. I feel like they just lay beautifully under makeup and my skin has been more dry the older I've gotten. So I've been trying a bunch, a lot of K-beauty, but this one people were raving about. So I purchased this. This is the Bubble Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner. I absolutely love this. If I was gonna compare this to my Bioma Milky Toner, the Bioma is much more thin and watery and lightweight. So if you have more of a combo oily skin type, I would do the Bioma. You could even layer it if you need a little bit more hydration. This is very thick and very hydrating. So like one layer and you're getting that really nice hydration. The packaging is a little bit strange. You kind of like twist this up. And at first I was like, am I supposed to push down? But you just turn it over and this is the product. So you can see it's quite thick. It doesn't have a scent to it, which again, I love because my skin is just sensitive. It just gives you this gorgeous hydration to the skin. It doesn't get sticky. It doesn't make anything patchy. My only complaint is the packaging is a little bit strange because it says on here, for best experience, wait 15 seconds after dispensing before closing. What they mean by that is if you don't wait and you close it, the product up here is going to shoot out and it's going to basically smack you right in the face. So that was a little jarring. I just did that like literally right before this video. So I'm gonna take their advice and wait, and I wish it wasn't like that. But other than that, it is a great price point and I love this product so much. A little goes a long way. With my Bioma, I can layer like 4 or 5 times if I want deep hydration. This one, like 1 layer is really, really hydrating. I would say 2 would be extremely glowy. So if you have dry skin, you will love this. I highly recommend it. This next favorite is pretty polarizing. People seem to either love these or hate these. I was kind of loving them at first, but trying to figure out what colors I like best, how I like to apply it best. I didn't know if they were gonna become favorites, and they definitely have. I really love these Huda Beauty lip contour stains. Now I know that there are other brands like K-Beauty brands. I know that CoverGirl has a lip stain. I tried the CoverGirl and it was so dry. I may have gotten a dud, but literally like I couldn't even get it to apply 1 time and it did not last. After I was like dragging it all over, it just wiped off. So I wasn't a fan. I didn't know if I was going to love the tip of these because it is kind of this like flat tip. It's precise, but for me, I like to do a Cupid's bow, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. But I actually do find that I have good control with this. I just use it on its side, and I like that you can fill in. I don't find that this bleeds, but it's quite pigmented and watery if you keep it stored like this. Now, I do think with lip stains in general, especially the markers, I think it's just kind of a manufacturing thing where there are going to be batches or duds that dry out, and that is frustrating. But I haven't had an issue with these except for baby pink. I find that this is the lightest shade, so I have to really make sure that it is stored like this, or if I don't, I have to like turn it over and shake it and let it sit for a few minutes, and then the pigment comes through. Oddly enough, this is my favorite shade, and the way that I use this is if I'm wearing no makeup or very minimal makeup, I will use this to line my lips and like shade in the corners. It's such a beautiful shade. It's very light, but it just gives enough of like your lips but better so that I don't look casket ready. As I said in my last video, I didn't want to repeat that, but you know, that's how I feel when I have like nothing on my lips. So I love to use this just to line, and then I sometimes will layer it twice if I really want like intense pigment, and then I'll take like a really bright lip marker and put it in the center like I do for my popsicle lips. If I want something a little bit more intense to outline, I really like this shade called Rosewood. It's just more of a like mauve-y shade. Again, this is the second lightest shade. And then if I want something like today, I will use Toasty Brown. This one is pretty pigmented. Like you can see one swipe, and if you compare it to these two, definitely more of a wet formula in this one and the deeper ones for me personally. But again, I know that everybody's gonna have a different experience. So if you want something buildable and something that looks really natural, these two, Rosewood and Baby Pink, I'm telling you, Baby Pink, I took it on vacation with me. When we were at the beach, I mean, I wasn't wearing makeup, I was wearing SPF, but my lips, I had, you know, SPF lip balm on. So I just went ahead and used this as liner and to fill in a little bit. And it just made me feel better and more alive overall. So this is a staple. Even though sometimes it does get a little bit dry, I have to just shake it or make sure that it is stored like this. I do think that the color range from Huda really is what makes them stand out to me. And I just didn't have a good experience with the CoverGirl, but if you do, that's great because it is, you know, more affordable overall. So curious to see how long these last before they do actually dry up, but I'm happy to have these because I do feel like when I don't have makeup on or I don't have a lot of time, this really does make me feel more confident overall. And the last product I have to mention is actually a self tanner. And I have to admit that I have tried so many different self tanners, and I feel like even the ones that I love, there's definitely cons. I find it very annoying to apply them. They do end up getting patchy. You have to scrub them off. There's the scent and the stickiness. So it is a battle. It's one of those things that without a tan, I just feel like I look blotchy. I'm very fair overall. I have rosacea. So I really like it to even out my skin skin tone, and then of course give me a little bit of color. But I tried this because, again, somebody got me on TikTok, and it wasn't somebody like well-known or a massive influencer. She just said that she loved this product and I hadn't tried it. So I purchased one. I used it right before vacation, which was a risky move. I am telling you, my tan looked deeper than any other tan I've ever used for longer than any other tan. And the scent, I did not even notice it once I rinsed it off. So I picked up 2 backups because this was actually 30% off on Nordstrom. And if it still is, I will link down below. Like, all Loving Tan was 30% off. So I got 2 backups. I've been raving about this to my friends and Cheryl, and I think Cheryl purchased it. So this is the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express Tanning Lotion. So it's supposed to be hydrating. It's very, very, very dark. I noticed that this hangs on way more than a mousse. I admittedly have dry skin, like on my arms, and I'm not the best at putting lotion on every single day. So more hydrating is better for me, but it's not sticky. I hate when a self-tan is sticky. It's torture trying to sleep with one. So this I actually applied starting with the mitt, and I felt like it was getting soaked up too much. So I went to latex gloves, and I just really coated my body with this. And then I slept in it overnight. I rinsed off. I didn't use like a loofah or any scrubby thing. I just rinsed off right before we took off for vacation and we were driving. And it was about 5 days later, we took some photos with the girls before dinner one night. I looked so tan, and it wasn't like from the beach. We were at the beach, but I was covering myself in SPF all day, and it was really self-tan. My skin was so tan and even. It didn't get weird in my pores, like on my chest area. It just looked so dark and so even, almost like I had body makeup on. And I was in the pool, I was in the ocean, and I was slathering myself with SPF, like oil spray SPF all day. I started noticing that it was getting a little bit patchy on my legs. I want to say day 6 or 7. And usually with a mousse, it is patchy on certain areas within like 3 or 4 days. I usually notice the smell like day 2 or 3. I'll notice it kind of like up here. I don't know if it's something to do with like my armpit area, but I noticed that sort of self-tanning smell that I hate. I did not notice that at all with this. Only noticed it very slightly when I first applied it, and then once I rinsed off the next day, I was good to go. This is a little bit harder to get off. So when I did go to exfoliate and remove it, I think it was day 8, I really had to like soak and scrub it off. But I think it's worth it. If I needed to be like perfectly tan and look great and not need body makeup for, 6-7 days, this is what I would reach for. It just really was so comfortable to sleep in. It wasn't sticky. It really didn't smell like other mousses do. I love it. But really the biggest selling point for me was how tan I looked and how even my skin looked all week. So highly recommend that. If it's still on sale, I will link it down below and put all the details, but I'm glad that I have some backups now. All right, guys, so I think that is everything for these must-have beauty products that I can't stop reaching for. It's not a ton of products, but these are the ones that are truly standing out to me, so I only wanted to focus on them. So of course, I will link them down below. Don't forget to check out Ritual and use my code to get 30% off. So all the information will be down below in the description box. Let me know if you've tried any of these or what you've been loving recently. Is there any hidden gems that I need to try? I always love chatting in the comments. I will also link my makeup if you're curious on what I am wearing. So all the information will be down below. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. As always, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.